Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Valentina, I think we need you to mute YouTube on your laptop. Yes.
To mute Teams, right? And mute my emails.
Valentina, I think we need you to mute YouTube. Valentina, I think.
Okay.
Okay. Now it seems like we're almost set.
Mute Teams, right?
Valentina, I think we need you to YouTube. Okay. Are we streaming live? Is everything okay? Can we get a comment on YouTube and see if everything is fine? Okay, somebody's asking to put some likes on the video. All it's set. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, ladies. Thanks, Maxim. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being with us. This is Symphony Live, and we are streaming live from the Lviv office here at Symphony Solutions. I'm Bogdan, and we're talking today about life beyond limits. Symphony Persona Live is an online talk show where we meet amazing symphonians and hope to learn some cool personal stories, professional insights, get inspiration, and some good natured fun. For the very first installment for our talk show, please welcome our special guest, founder of She Community, fashion expert, art lover, photographer, owner of 2 beautiful cats, mother of a son, Iron woman, wife of CEO, and beautiful, glamorous, adorable, fascinating, gorgeous, extravagant, charming, and she made me say all this as she's my boss, Chief Marketing Officer at Symphony Solutions, one and only Valentina Synenka. Hi, Valentina.
Hi.
How you been?
That was too much. Thank you for introduction. Feel very, very excited. I am with my heart and soul now in Ukraine. As you see, I have a Lviv office background, but physically in Montenegro now. Oh,
nice. I think you're getting prepared for something big again, but we'll talk about that a bit later. We are going to talk about the amazing life story that you have, but we also want to get you to have some fun as well and to find out some new facts about yourself. So to start with, to warm you up a little bit, we want to play this game called Never Have I Ever. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I'm feeling scared a little bit.
Okay.
Some truth.
Well, you should say truth only. If you lie, we're gonna know. Okay. So here's how the game goes. Please raise your right hand up. Spread your fingers. Bring it closer to the camera so that we can see all 5 fingers. Yes, thank you. So now I will state something you supposedly have never done before. If you have done it though, please put 1 finger down. Is that clear?
If I have done it, I do one.
Yes. If you have never ever done something that I'm stating, you just keep the fingers the way they are. If you have done, something, just fold one finger, okay?
Okay.
Let's do that. Never have I ever danced in the rain.
If I have done it,
Never.
yes. Okay.
Yes. Never.
Yeah, I've done, of course.
Nice. Never have I ever worked with someone I couldn't stand.
Oh, yes. Many times.
I hope it wasn't at Symphony Solutions. Okay. Never have I ever sung in public.
No, I can't sing. Absolutely no.
Well, you need to try. What if? Never have I ever been on a blind date.
Never, ever.
Okay. Never have I ever regifted a gift.
I've done.
Never ever have I ever lied about my age.
I did. I did.
Never have I ever hit a parked car.
I think I did.
Okay, here's this last one. Never have I ever liked playing. Never have I ever.
No, I don't lie. And I'm already 5. I'm already 5.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I hope you're feeling warmed up now. And let's.
I expected worse questions.
There's more to come. Okay. We're just warming up. So this next stage of our talk show is the quick questions. With the quick questions, we want you to answer each question as soon as it's asked, like immediately. And it has to be the first thing that pops in your mind, okay? The answer doesn't, yes, the answer doesn't need to be short. You just
okay.
need to answer right away, okay? Let's give it a try. What do you want for your birthday?
Oh, I need new carbon wheels.
I hope that Saint Nicholas and the Santa Claus both are watching the stream.
I always need new wheels.
All right. How old were you when you first kissed?
I think I was 15, something like this. Yeah.
That's early. That's
Is
early.
it? No.
For a Ukrainian girl. This is interesting. This is one of my favorites, okay? What's the worst thing you ever did while online meeting when your camera was off?
Oh. Actually, I do a lot of different things.
I bet.
Yeah. I think I was even in the shower once, but I was the sound speaker was really very loud, so I couldn't really follow the conversation.
And the good thing is that the camera was off, right?
Yeah, I was checking a couple of times just to be sure.
Nice. Thanks for that one. Here's the next one. What's the weirdest thing you ever did to make money?
Can't remember even. I don't think, yeah, it was like.
What was the favorite or what was the most exciting way you made money? Let's put it this way.
I think I always do exciting things, the things that really drive me, and whatever I do, the projects, like the same fashion was absolutely crazy. It never brought any money though. This is what I expected. It just costed money. But
well, that's weird.
That's another story. Yes, it's a hard business to do. But whenever I participate, I feel always a drive and a passion. I just don't do it for money.
Nice, thank you. What? Here's the next one. What's something that you do that embarrasses your husband?
Yeah, you have to ask him once he's on your personal life interview. Hopefully.
But for now, we need your answer. What do you think?
I have no idea.
Oh, you do.
What I make him to sometimes when we are in the meetings actually, and I can give him a sign, certain signs when we are physically like pushing him and he is like taking too long time or some other things when he's going the wrong direction that he was not supposed to do.
Does that aggravate him?
Yeah, and then I'm like, and then he says to me, "Hey, why are you pushing me?"
I'm just warming up.
He was like, yeah, he found the way how to stop me doing me that. So he's publicly saying, "Why are you pushing me? What did I say wrong?"
Okay, thanks for that one too. Here's a very interesting one. If you had an unlimited supply of one thing, what would that be?
Oh, it is unlimited. It's an energy and resources. I think it is abundant. There is an abundance, and it's just a matter of you understanding that. So I would be then, and this is what I'm trying to do actually, sharing with others and hopefully fully dedicating my life only to this one day. And I believe I'm on the way.
Wonderful, thank you. And here's the last one. Name something that you are obsessed with right now.
Names?
Name something that you are obsessed with right now.
Yeah, I'm seriously obsessed with triathlon now. I think it's my middle age crisis. Yeah, I'm really learning a lot and approaching it super scientifically. I know I'm a little bit too old for making record results, but still, I think if you believe in yourself, then you get miracles.
But you're doing a wonderful job, and we all here at Symphony Solutions fan for you every time you have your achievements. Thank you so much. Well, I was actually expecting this answer. I know how obsessed you are now with the triathlon, and we wish you best of luck on that one.
Mm-hmm.
However, here's this next set of questions, and it's quite big, but we still need to ask you those. Fashion expert, art lover, and photographer. How does all that correlate with you being an IT specialist? And is all that in the past, or is it still with you?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, actually. I got into IT absolutely accidentally. I was rather more in art for many years, and I loved that path. And I still think I can come back to this. After my passion to triathlon slowly disappears, I will go back into art. But it is really giving me a broader perspective of what I'm doing in IT. So it gives you a different understanding of other things. On the other hand, many things like project management is absolutely the same. It's just different industry, but it is the same way of dealing with people, delivering the project, dealing with deadlines, with the issues. So basically, it's all the same across the industries. And yeah, it happened to be that I was a lot into fashion in Ukraine, in Lviv, many years ago. It's a super hard industry. Extremely, like I would say, not developed, and for that not perhaps understood well. And yeah, my love for that state and for art, yeah, I had like a high potential in developing photography and art myself even. Let's see, I might come back to that. I believe the broader you are as a specialist, even though you are, for example, in IT or any other focus you have, the broader understanding you have in different areas, the deeper and the better solution you may come up with your own one, because it's on the borders that the most interesting solutions come.
Do you still take photos now?
Yes, I do. I do, not much. Yes, I do. I got a new fully digital camera, and my dream is to do proper. I like photographing wild animals. It's the most difficult one. It requires a lot of patience. So this is my absolutely weak point. And it requires time. So you really have to patiently sit and wait. And my dream is to go to Africa one day to photograph those beautiful animals with my own camera, hopefully. So let's see. I loved it. Yeah, but I transferred part of my knowledge, part of my passion to my son, and he now keeps on carrying this a little bit, what makes me feel kind of satisfied with my, desire for photography.
I have an additional question about the art part. I know you have been, I'd say, cooperating, but let's put it this way, with at least two projects. That's Instalment, the orchestra, the beautiful orchestra, and the Lviv Mozart project. Tell us a little more about these two and you participating in those. And in addition to that, please tell us the story with the stolen musical instruments. How did you manage that?
Okay, the story with orchestra started because of symphonies. So this is International Symphonic Orchestra, founded in Lviv, I believe like 15 years ago or even more, 20 years ago. And yeah, as classical music, they need pretty much support. It's indeed, it's a hard art, yeah? It's a music where you have high professional 60, 70 musicians that perform at the same time. So it's extremely beautiful and extremely complex. So they've been looking for a sponsor and they said, look, you are called Symphony Solutions, the director of the orchestra, Yolanta, she said, you are meant to be our sponsor. It's like inevitable. We need you. And this is how our cooperation, let's say, I think 8 years or 9 years ago almost started. We support them, and that got me into classical music more. So I started attending more of the classical music concerts, trying to understand this industry, trying to see how we as a business can help classical music organization, not only with the money, what we also do, but as well with the proper advice in the matter of development, yeah, and transformation. It is a more profitable business, let's say, what is really nearly impossible. So this is how it all started. And with Mozart as well, a super interesting story, because it was founded by, of course, Oksana Linev, who is considered one of the top world conductors currently. She's a female woman, and she comes from Lviv. And she brought the idea to start this amazing classical music festival in Lviv, the city that deserves to have it because it has a rich history and connection to Mozart. And another co-founder of this is Oleg Matzek, who actually now will be 14 years ago, helped me to start Lviv Fashion Week in Lviv. And he was the first sponsor at that time who helped us very, very young students who had this crazy idea. So I remember he just gave me money that we were missing just to cover the cost. And when he came 4 or 5 years ago with idea of Mozart, I remember this favor that he did to me when I was very young. And I said, yeah, we are going to be the sponsors, though it's not our audience, it's not what we are looking for, it's not our market, but you helped me when I was very young, and now I want to support you as well as a favor. And this is how it started, but I don't regret it because it was a great initiative and beautiful project that will hopefully recover after the war.
Oh, that is so touching. And what happened to those instruments? What's the story behind that?
The instruments, that was, I think, a year ago when our symphonic orchestra was here in Netherlands for a tour. And yeah, the instruments were stolen from the bus. Is this what you mean, the story?
I guess so.
Okay. Yeah, there was a story that in front of the eyes, when all the people were literally around, just out of the bus, somehow magically few instruments were stolen from the bus within the matter of, I don't know, half an hour. And it was a big disaster because there was the whole planning of all the concerts, and these were like violin, which is central, yeah, and some other trumpet, which are really important in the whole setup. And it was like a really big problem.
What did you do?
Yeah, what we did, yeah, we helped actually, we transferred some money quickly, so.
And they purchased new instruments?
Yeah, we rented few for few concerts, but meanwhile looking for new instruments, and Symphony supported, and we purchased 2 instruments for them. Yeah,
beyond limits. Literally. Wow, that is amazing. Here's another question, and that's about you being a photographer. Let's go back to the days. You did some personal exhibitions. Yes.
Unbelievably, can you imagine? I used to be an art at that time, and organizing a lot of art exhibitions myself for others, for other artists. Though I was into photography and I had some interesting projects, but it never crossed my mind to make my own personal exhibition if it wasn't for my friends, artists who really pushed me. He said, no, you really have beautiful things to show. So they pushed me basically into this few personal exhibitions, which I made, and I'm really very happy I've done it. Yeah, because it's a beautiful moment. Yeah, and it's also a vulnerable moment. Yeah, to show your personal photo exhibition.
Okay, let's talk about vulnerable moments a little more. A rumor has it that at one of your personal exhibitions, you have met your husband. Is that true or not?
Oh, yes. Actually, it's true. We met with Theo at the moment when my personal exhibition was in Ziga Gallery in Lviv. And that was one of the triggers to start our conversation. Yeah, so I invited Theo to see this photo art because he was looking for some other very special photos made especially for symphony that will reflect its philosophy, the philosophy of being of equality, of being self-organized. And yeah, that was the first project I was working on.
And he found a special woman for his life.
Yeah. That project never came through, by the way. It was just
yes, the project came through.
Yeah, it was on the level of concept. The concept was accepted, but the real photos never came
okay.
to reality.
And then you accepted his proposal, and where you went. Okay.
Yeah, that's a long story. Yeah, but that was a trigger at that moment. Yes.
Very nice.
You can, yeah, once you have opportunity, the other side of the story, you might find something interesting.
I definitely will. Trust me, I will. Okay, and here's another one. Very important for us. We know you are very much into fashion. So the question is, what's your favorite designer item in your wardrobe?
There is no one favorite. Yeah, and I love in general Ukrainian designers, and my approach, my philosophy is to purchase and promote Ukrainian designers. So whenever I can, I try to buy my favorite Ukrainian designers or some younger Ukrainian designers and actively promote them outside. Yeah, when I travel and when people stop me, oh, you have such a wonderful coat. I said, yes, this is Olena Dats. Here is the website. You can order it here. So whenever it's possible, I always promote Ukrainian fashion. Yeah, Ukrainian products, Ukrainian services. And this is my philosophy. Yeah, I don't buy big brands.
All right. Well, thank you for doing this. This is so important nowadays for the Ukrainian designers and for Ukraine in general. And thanks for your honesty.
When I was in Macedonia as well, I went to see a couple of local designers, and I also bought some Macedonian designer clothes. So yeah, it's important to promote local and yeah, not a big brand, definitely, if you have a
I
chance.
think they are waiting for you in Nigeria now.
Yeah, with pleasure. They must be all colorful. I love that.
Certain, yeah. Let's see what you bring back from Nigeria next time you're there. Thanks for your honesty. We're moving on, and we have this next small little game for you, and it's called Numbers Don't Lie. We've spent some time on your Instagram page, and we found quite a few very exciting things. Not too intriguing, but let's see how well you know yourself and your own personal Instagram page.
Okay.
Instagram profile. So this first question is, how many cats can one find in the photos on your Instagram page? Is it 30, 31, 32, or 33?
I have no idea. Who knows that?
What's your guess?
35?
35?
32? 32?
Okay. It's 31.
Yeah.
Anyways, the question here is, we really want to know, but just because there's so many cats, it really means to us that you love cats. So please tell us a little more about them. What are their names? And do they sometimes work part-time as a heating pad, a therapist, or a fridge inspector?
Yes, they are. We have amazing cats. Only two. I would prefer to have 4, 6, 8. Like, doesn't matter. The more the better. But yeah, we have some limitations and restrictions at home, unfortunately. So there are only two. They are Shiva and Shakti, named after Indian gods. The representation of man energy and female, male and female energies. Shakti is a female energy. So they are Siamese Thai cats, amazing personalities or catanalities, how you would say. So I love them. Yeah, they are always there. They're like dogs, and yeah, they always are there around to warm you, to calm you down, or to leave a fur all around, so to leave a mark.
Yeah. Do they inspect your fridge?
No. They eat just their own food. That's it. We are pretty strict with the diet. It's just the same food every time. Okay. They don't do anything else.
Knowing that your cats have names of these Indian gods, does that mean that you are into that Indian philosophy? Tell us more about that.
Yes, that's true. So I'm very much interested in Hindu philosophy as well. Buddhism overall, I think it's more or less the same. So regardless of religion, there's very similar principles of respecting life and believing in the higher energy that created us, and just the, how you call it, or I call it in our IT language, like a localization of the content. Yeah. So whatever is closer to that country, it's described in their style. Whatever closer for us, it's in our rituals and traditions. So yeah, I've been to India and it really impressed me. I think I feel close to it. I hope in nearest future I will be able to live there for a while, to closer to those traditions and learn more about their culture. Yeah.
How much time have you spent in India?
Not much. I've been first time only 2 weeks, and then second time about a week. So we were in India right before war started in Ukraine. That was a long planned vacation with a medical treatment actually, but we had to cancel it obviously and to come back home and trying to, of course, deal with what was happening in Ukraine at that moment.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thanks. And we're moving on. We still have another question in this game, Numbers Don't Lie. Let's see how you do with this one. How many photos of your son are there on your Instagram profile? Is it 13, 14, 15, or 16?
So I see it's just half of the size of my cats, right? Approximately.
There's less, yeah. That's what was interesting.
I can guess what is the next question, yeah? How many photos of...
Let's stick with this one for now.
Also, I have no idea. Okay, 13.
Yes, you're wrong. It's 14. However, it's a lot. And we're quite curious. Do you have a strong bond with Mark? And is he a good kid?
Of course, he's a good kid. You know, as a mother, you always say your kid is good, your kid is the best. You say you are very objective about your child. Yeah, but I try to be. I think I am. He is my only son. He is now 19. And yeah, he just found his first girlfriend. So he's like, okay, forgetting all of us for a while. But it's
Congratulations,
yeah,
mother-in-law.
it's a good moment. It's a right moment. He studies at university. He found his girlfriend. He's actively looking for a job. So I think he's doing fine.
I know some recruiters at Symphony Solutions. If
Okay.
anything.
He is, yeah, he is has decided to change his direction for now. He used to be more in programming, but now he's exploring himself into slightly different direction. It's still interesting. Let's see what comes out of it.
What's this one thing about your son that you are most proud of?
I think he's a good human. Yes, as a human being. I think that's the most important. We tend like to look on the achievements or like you know, whatever scores at school and some, you know, perhaps sport result or whatever that you want, of course, them to be. But at the end, it's important that they're good humans and that you transferred the values, the right values to your child. So that's, I think, the most important. Okay,
best of luck to him on his first relationship. And here's the third question in this game, Numbers Don't Lie. Let's see how well you know yourself, and let's find out. So Zig Ziglar, you've probably heard about him, once said there's no elevator to success. One has to use the stairs. Okay. So on one of those photos that are on your Instagram profile, you are standing in front of the stairs here in the Lviv office of Symphony Solutions, holding Mr. Cannabis. Please tell us how many stairs are there on the photo. Is it 11, 12, 13, or 14?
I don't have photographic memory. Let me think. It must be like 4 stairs. Yeah.
Is it 11, 12, 13, or 14?
Yeah, you mean inside the office, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
You're holding up Mr. Cannabis. Cool picture, by the way.
It's a serious.
Of course it is.
Very serious question. So I hope somebody's life doesn't depend on that.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, 12.
What's your guess? It's 12. It's 14. It's 14, by the way.
Oh my God, I answered wrong to all questions.
But that's not a problem, because you are going to tell us now how to be successful by Valentina Synenka. What am I supposed to answer? Whatever's in your mind.
I think, again, success is something within your own mind. You only define what are the criteria for the success. Yeah. Is it being close to your values, or, you know, achieving certain milestones? The definition of success can be really very different. And it's better they are not related to like materialistic achievements. I think this is more like a side effect that comes together with it. It's being true to yourself, following your path. It's not always easy. It's not always likable by others, approved by others. But if you stay close to what you are and what you truly believe, not fearing it, or fearing but still moving, I think that is a success. And that brings the right things on your path. It attracts the right people, the right events, and all the side effects of this beautiful things.
I want you to write a book about success. Okay, we're done with the games for today. There's two more serious questions, and those should be the last ones for today. However, all of you guys, whoever's following us or watching this stream on YouTube, please ask your questions down in comments. Valentina will be happy to answer those right after we're done with ours. And here's this next big and very important question for all of us, for me at least. When did sport happen to your life, and how did that affect you?
Oh, that's a big thing that happened to me during COVID. Before that, and that was what, beginning of 2020, I was personally and like I was in burnout. I was really having some chronic issues that were already on the physical level happening. I was totally burned out, and of course I went to India. Like everyone in the good stories, they go to India to reset themselves. This is what I've done. Only I didn't have 2 months or 3 months or 4 months to travel the Himalayas, you know, and sit with gurus in the ashrams. Yeah, it was only 2 weeks, but it was enough for the reset. And after that, I came back, and the COVID started right away. The next day, basically, I left India, and then the next day flights started to be like canceling and so on. And that was the great change. I thought, yeah, now it's time. You have to invest in yourself, because if you don't invest in yourself, yeah, you will not last long. So I started running. I found a coach. I thought, you know, it will be 2-3 times per week running, and doing yoga, like nice meditation. But, you know, the coach quickly put me on the ground. He said like 6 times per week training. And that was it. So this is how it started. Today, it's not only 6 times per week training, but it's mostly twice a day. Now, when I have just once a day training, I think, oh my God, I have a vacation. So yeah, it's a serious dedication next to your normal full-time job, of course, and still having a family and all other, trying to have normal social life. But it's a really, really serious dedication and commitment and discipline.
How does that help you, or does it not, at work?
I believe it does, because it balances me emotionally. So you clean up your mind when training. I meditate a lot during the training. So it makes you as a person, I sometimes have interesting as well insights during the training. So I believe it makes me much more balanced, much more grounded, and for that, less emotional in taking wrong decisions. Faster decisions, yeah, having more energy. So after training, I have more energy. So it makes me a better human.
Right now, you're obsessed with this next achievement. What is it? Tell us a little bit about this one.
Yes, I basically in triathlon, I'm only over a year, and overall in sport, 2.5 years, less than 2.5 years. So it's very fast, and I was literally lucky. I think it was, of course, it must have been just, yeah, I train a lot, but still, it's a lot of luck in the sport. So basically, my first marathon, the real one, I happened to win. Then first, this results in triathlon as well, having great success. Like last time in Barcelona, when I was totally not ready, I was emotionally completely as well tired because of war in Ukraine, and no ability and desire to train properly, full schedule like I am supposed to do. And regardless of that fact, like I got the second place and won a ticket to World Championship. It was like for me, wow, I can't believe it. This must be wrong. It's absolutely crazy. So now this puts a big responsibility on me. I have not much time to prepare for such a huge event. It's the most serious event you can think of in this type of sport.
And you've been in this sport for a little over a year, right?
Yes. So I'm like, poof, I have to really take it serious and put properly all factors and like food, nutrition, like recovery, sleep, what I don't do well. So I have to prepare for this. And another dream of mine was to participate in Boston Marathon, that is part of one of top major marathons, and the only marathon where you cannot get on lottery or other options. It's just pure by qualification, and qualification is tough there. So my dream was to participate one. So I was admitted, I was accepted. So in April, I will run my Boston Marathon. And I feel really, really very excited and proud.
Oh, we are all so proud of you too, of course. And we wish you best of luck. You will definitely achieve whatever you wish to. This next question, and it should be one of the last ones. At least this would be the last one from my side. In one of your interviews, you have mentioned this question: why do we not learn how to be happy? You remember that interview, don't you?
Yeah, must have been, yeah.
Yes.
That concerns me a lot, yeah.
So our question here is, have you learned how to be happy? And what's your recipe for a happy life?
Okay. Yeah, I'm on my way. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down, sometimes I'm forgetting. I believe that happiness is a skill. It's not something given. It's not something dependent on others, on your partner, on your child, on your career, on your whatever, having your couple of millions. It's a switch in your head. And basically, suffering, which is the opposite on the scale, is inevitable. I really love and advise hugely the book of Dalai Lama, The Art of Happiness, which talks a lot and puts this happiness into different pieces and different perspectives. So yeah, happiness or suffering is is the same thing almost. It's just a matter of your choice. Of course, we are not we are talking these days like more about this all mental suffering and what is happening in Ukraine and all these things. It's a different story, but mostly in the modern world, when we don't have that much physical suffering and we live relatively good, we don't live on the existence level, so we have to fight for food. It's a matter of your choice whether you are happy, or you can be the richest and the most successful and still feel miserable and unhappy, or you can have nothing, like a lot of people in India, and still being so sincerely happy that it makes you like wonder what did they eat, what did they smoke, what is wrong with them. But it's a matter of your choice, whether to suffer or to be happy at this moment, at least to be peaceful. Yeah. This is what I advise, and this is what you have to practice all the time, just being conscious about that, observing yourself from the side and choosing, okay, am I going to be miserable and suffering, or feeling happy and grateful for what I have? Because what we have is really a lot. We forget how rich we are in terms of, you know, living the life, being alive, having our families, and you know, being happy in the moment. There is nothing else than the present moment.
So happiness is a choice.
Happiness is a choice in the now, I think.
Wow.
What we are very unhappy usually about the past that doesn't matter anymore, and the future that hasn't arrived yet, and the future is never arriving. It's just the present moment that literally exists.
It's always coming.
It's always coming, but never comes. Yeah.
Wow, that is incredible. And thank you so much for all the answers to our some of them were tricky, I know, but hopefully you've had some good time with us answering these questions. However, we have a few comments to the stream, and hopefully we have some questions. So well, first of all, I've noticed we have greetings from Macedonia, I guess, right? That was Sanya.
Oh.
Yeah, they are watching. And let's see if there's one very sweet comment from Natalia. It says, for some reason, you don't want to miss a word. Huge compliments to you, Valentina. Thank you, Natalia. Here's a question from Helena. Can we ask a question in the chat? I'd love to know what's the coolest wild animal Valentina has ever photographed.
Yes, both actually, iguanas, and it was on Curacao in Caribbean, and flamingos. And a flamingo, and it was really hard to approach wild flamingos. In the heat, it was, I think, over like 32 or 35 degrees with the 85 humidity percent, like extremely hot, and those swamps that I was walking through with my hat full of branches. So I was pretending to be, you know, a bush.
Be invisible.
So it was so hard to make it. That's why I appreciate those photos of those wild animals. They are not how I would like them to be, but it took me a lot of effort to make them. And iguanas, which are really, they are all over the place and sitting on the trees. And I was like walking like stray cats sometimes. And you're like, what's that? I thought first it was a dragon or something. I was not expecting it. So this was really cool experience.
Have you met any dangerous animals?
No, I think humans are the most dangerous.
Okay.
By the way, I've been photographing. Yeah, that's true. I've been photographing shark. I did photograph sharks many years ago during scuba diving. But again, look, if you behave okay and you are not aggressive,
be nice to them.
Animals will not attack you, most probably.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Helena, for your question. That was a wonderful question, by the way. And we have this other question from Yevhen. What happened? What helped you to remain the Iron Lady during the difficult period of your life? What helped you to remain the Iron Lady during the difficult periods of your life?
It's a hope, I think, and hope that you don't give up. You still believe into something, even though it looks like unrealistic. You move towards that. You don't lose your direction. This is what is helping, because if you start analyzing rationally all the facts, you are like, okay, it's done, it's over. But no, you still believe, even if it's absolutely crazy and stupid. You move on, and it brings you to miracles. And this is the same, I think, like our whole country in Ukraine is, you know, we won't give up. We believe we win, and I think this is what makes us strong, and at the end, achieving our goal, despite all the facts, despite all the rationale. We just believe.
Okay, we have this other question. Thanks, Yevhen, for your question, and we have another one from Konstantin. You know you know his last name, I guess. So the question is, Valentina, what is your favorite website?
Look, I look a lot on symphonysolutions.com, but yeah, there are a couple of a few ones. So where I purchase some stuff for sport, I spend a lot of time there. Yeah, YouTube as well. Nothing interesting, to be honest. I don't have that much time to watch.
Okay, so Symphony Solutions is at the first place, then.
Yes.
Okay.
It's my top favorite.
Yeah. If ERP was a website, would you love it? Would you like it or not?
Yeah, I have to like it.
Yes. Okay. Thanks, Kostya, for your question. Here's another one. Well, by the way, greetings from Nigeria.
Wow.
Wonderful. Thanks for watching us. Here's a question from Diana. What is the secret of her negotiation skills? What's the secret of your, Valentina, negotiation skills?
Look, this is actually something I wanted to work on more, to study on that and follow a couple of courses. But the principle I have inside, I've never learned and read the books on that. It's a pure intuition and own experience, but it's a win-win approach. So I think just by having a win-win approach for all sides, you can achieve the right outcome, because one win and the other lose at the end, you know, it's the wrong approach that ultimately will still drive to lose-lose, yeah, because the other side will not be happy and all this long energy around. So yeah, the approach is just win-win approach as much as possible.
Great, thank you. And here's probably the last question for today. Again, from Yevhen. Yevhen's asking, what is your greatest adventure?
Okay, I will be again philosophical. Adventure of life, you know, you never know what happens and where your life will bring you tomorrow. I think that's the most beautiful adventure. And I look at the life not within the span of one lifetime, but your life, I believe, is many lives. So this is an adventure. So this is one of my experiences, one of my adventures.
Well, I agree. Well, if you let me, here's another question, and I hope you won't resist to answer it. This one is from Yaroslav. He's asking, Valentina, please name 3 books that you would recommend.
3 books.
Books that you would recommend.
3. I would recommend you one, and I really think it's a simple book. I love that book, and what I mentioned earlier, Dalai Lama, The Art of Happiness. Really, really beautiful book. Simple and gives you a perspective of what the happiness is, dividing it into different elements, chapters, having some scientific background even to that. I would highly recommend. I also like, this will be the one that definitely, yeah, you have to read regardless of what you do and where you are. Dare to Lead, beautiful book of Brené Brown, the one who is a world leader on vulnerability. I would recommend her book as well. These are like, yeah, the one that on top of my mind that I just was reading recently. That I was.
Give us the third one. Give us the third one.
The third one. Okay, I do a lot of scientific spiritual books. I don't think that will be interesting for the audience.
Well, it's your opinion.
Yeah, it's my opinion. That will be
right. You're asking for your favorite book.
the book that I also liked, and it changed me, that will be more, both actually for men and women, and I refer a lot to it, the book of Sheryl Sandberg, Lean In, a beautiful book. Since we are a lot as a company into gender equality, that book, when it was just published years ago, really struck me and changed my view and perspective. And I think it was a trigger of me starting She Community shortly after.
I think we will talk about the She Community next time. I thank you so much for being here today. I thank all of you watching us on YouTube. I do sincerely wish for you to have a very happy life beyond the limits. And I hope you see us again in a different show, but on Symphony Live, we will talk to another Symphony Persona. I guess it should be in a week or two. Thank you very much.
Like pronounce, right?
Yes. Follow us on Yammer.
Good. Thank you everyone who joined. And my final message to all of you is, anything is possible. Just believe.
I think we have, Valentina, if you don't mind, we have just 2 questions left, and those are very important. Please. We still have like 3 minutes. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
All right. So how do you plan to develop and improve your company? Which one? I don't know, but you have a few. Well, that's a question.
I think it refers, the question refers to Symphony Solutions. I do have a lot of interesting ideas and plans. I don't have enough time in the day, unfortunately, to look after all of those, because there are a lot of operational ones, but strategically where we are moving, as of 2023, I feel very excited. There are a lot of opportunities over there of us transforming into a full remote company, and aspects of that and culture of that, and like the deep knowledge and science, the science behind that, and new platforms and channels that we might start using that I don't have time enough to explore. This is what I would like to do in 2023. I hope I can allocate time for this. Yeah, there are kind of new perspectives, new horizons that I see. I only need to allocate time for this together with the team.
Oh, you will. You're going to have to. Here's another one. Does Valentina come to Skopje for the office farewell party?
No.
That one's from Victor.
Tomorrow. I think it's happening tomorrow. I hope we will have some live streaming from there. Feel very excited, sad, and happy and crying, like a lot, the whole palette of those emotions of these things happening. I hope to come over and already greet you all in the new office, and hope to see our cow there. So please don't forget the cow.
Yeah. Another question, real quick. Valentina, could you please share the photos of the animals you mentioned? I would love to see them. Can anyone see those photos anywhere on your...
I think they are on Instagram, by the way, some of them. I didn't put them all there. Yeah, you can find them over there. I have many more that I just don't have time to put.
Do it today. Okay. That's it for now.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I've had a wonderful time with you, and I hope that all of you guys watching us had a good time together with Valentina Synenka. She's living her life beyond the limits, and this was Symphony Persona Live. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.